Hello everybody, it is Yami Fujita and we are back with Danganronpa 2, Goodbye Despair. Again, sorry for not streaming the last couple days. There was an important job I needed to help a family member with. So, but we are back now, looking to continue with the first investigation of the first murder. And then looking to get started on the first class trial. So, where we last left off, as I said, the first murder has happened, and it was somebody that I was really not expecting. So, Byakuya is gone. He was brutally stabbed to death, and it said that he was stabbed 10 times. Ranging from his neck down to his abdomen. Whoever killed him obviously cut the power out to the entire building and used night vision goggles so that they can see and do what they did. Now, we saw some tape and the knife. The knife was not from the kitchen. But both the tape and the knife had glow paint on it. So, I am really trying to figure out the correlation between the night vision goggles and the glow paint. But the fact that the glow paint was also on the knife means that they must have had it on their hands. But let's investigate this area, because I think there's still more to investigate in here. There might be more clues at this place too. Let's try to investigate carefully. Hey, isn't Pickle the killer? You see, here we go, it's already started. I already know who they're gonna try to blame. Everybody who left to do a certain task is gonna get blamed. Peko was the first person to say that she would walk out to do something while everybody else stayed there. But then Chiaki left to fulfill a task. But I know that it probably wasn't either of them. I know that they're probably they're gonna try to blame Fuyu because he wasn't there at all. But again, no, we just can't. I've learned from playing the first game that we just cannot jump to conclusions with this game. Like, we just can't. We just gotta do our very best to pay very close attention to all the details, so that I can tell right away what's not gonna happen, and what is gonna happen. But anyway, why do you think that? Well, she wandered off somewhere, even though she was supposed to be in the office. When we were looking for Byakuya, after the blackout, I went to the office right away, but when I got there, she was gone.
Yeah.
I shouldn't say this too loudly or else Miss Sonia will yell at me. And Peko's probably the one who tripped the circuit breaker and used the blackout to her advantage to kill Byakuya. Don't you think she looks kind of ruthless too? Like an assassin, right? Well, it's not like you look any better. Alright, let's talk to Peko now. I can already tell. You doubt me, correct? Huh? However, it does not surprise me. An unexpected blackout occurred, and during that time, Byakuya was killed. The circuit breaker is in this office. Naturally, I look suspicious since I was supposed to be here. Supposed to be here? Does that mean... So I was right. You weren't in the office. But why? Weren't you supposed to guard the circuit breaker in the Duralumin case with all the weapons in it?
Huh?
So where'd you run off to on your own?
Yeah.
Well, that is... Peko suddenly dropped to one knee and started groaning on the spot. What's going on? What happened? No, I'm just not feeling too well. I apologize, but excuse me. What was that? Peko appears It appears the bathroom inside this old building is currently occupied, so I recommend either the hotel lobby or your cottage. Huh? It seems like it'll be a tough path. With cold sweat dripping from her forehead, Peko wobbled out of the office. What happened to her? It's kind of hard for me to say it myself. I already feel bad enough for Peko as it is. What does that mean?
Huh?
I mean, is it cool? She didn't, like, run away or something. Because if she ran away, she's obviously the killer. I'm almost positive. Is that really what it is? Alright, so anyway. This remote control is for the office's air conditioner. Huh? The timer here is also set to 11:30 p.m. Wasn't the timer for the air conditioner in the dining hall also set for that time? It can't be. A coincidence, right? Hang on. No, not a coincidence. This was all planned. There's no coincidences in this game. I know that much. Now, in Japan, circuit breakers must clearly be way different than in America. They must think that this whole thing is the breaker panel, and then those 6 things inside of it are the actual breaker switches. The blackout probably happened because of this circuit breaker. Doesn't look like someone did anything to it. Nothing else looks suspicious either. And seriously, why is it mounted so high up? Circuit breaker's pretty high up too. Yeah, we looked at this last time. Did I look in here yet? The Duralumin case. It should contain all the dangerous items Byakuya collected. Maybe we should check inside just to be safe. But it's locked. Byakuya had the key to this particular Duralumin case with him. Check it out. I brought it with me, so there's no need to worry. Is it okay to take that key without permission? It's forbidden to tamper with the crime scene, but if we don't, we can't check inside this case, right? So I should open it. This guy doesn't feel any remorse. See, it's open. How did that all fit inside of it, and the lid's still able to close? Forks, kitchen knives, iron skewers, and various tools are crammed inside. But it's not possible that the killer took anything from here. Because the key to this case was inside the case Byakuya had with him. But I guess you're right about that. Now then, I guess we're done with the office, don't you think so? We should get going. Alright. Okay, looks like we're pretty much finished looking around the old building. So how about we check out Byakuya's cottage? Byakuya's cottage? There might be clues there, so I thought it'd be good to check it out just in case. But I was scared I might encounter some danger if I went there by myself. Well, I don't really mind going there together, but aren't you worried about the possibility that I might be that danger? You mean, am I worried about you being the killer? To be honest, I don't think you're the killer. In fact, I can't even imagine it. It's like, instead of living with doubt in others, it's so much better to die believing in others. Don't talk like that. We're doing this so we can live, you know? As I thought, you sure are strong. We're definitely the chosen one. Chosen by Hope's Peak Academy. Alright, then let's get going. To Byakuya's cottage. I don't know why I keep wanting to say college. I don't know why, but every time we talk, I don't really know how I'm supposed to react. The moment I left the old building, there was a strange scene unfolding before me. Where are they? What are they looking for?
何やってんだだとはそれを愚問と言うんだよ
ここから床下に入れないか調べてるんだよ。
That would be interesting if the killer was able to do that somehow. Because that would explain how they would get past Byakuya.
床下にどうしてだよ。
無駄だと誰が言った？無理だと誰が決めた？あのイヤリングをつかめるとどうしてわかる？
床下に入れるかどうかによってあの殺人の真相は大きく変わる気がするんだよね。だからそれを確かめておく必要があると思って。
そうか。
I see. Under the floor, huh? I never considered thinking of it like that. No, what do you mean?
ほら。
Come on, think about it.
ね
The carpet I laid didn't reach the table where we found Byakuya's body, right?
え。
And the dining hall floor had huge gaps between the floorboards. Okay. Then, is it possible that the killer killed Byakuya by stabbing him from beneath the floor? Again, how could he do that? That's what I thought, so I'm trying to see if we could get under it from here. Like he snuck into the dining hall through the floors? Well, I guess it's not possible to get under the floor from outside. The building's surrounded by firm fences, so there's no way to sneak under the floor from there.
でも
Even so, I couldn't find a way to get under the floor from inside the building either. Do you think there's a possibility that there's a hidden hole somewhere? No, that's not possible. Are you sure? At any rate, it seems he can't get under the floor from outside the building. That's a relief. Relief? Why? Because if he could get under the floor from the outside, there'd only be one logical suspect. The only person who didn't come to the party and also doesn't have an alibi. Oh, right, Fuyuhiko.
だからさ、
I suspected him too, that's why I was checking to see if it's possible to get under the floor from outside.
あのね、
Speaking of which, not longer after I began guarding the entrance, Fuyuhiko came here. He did?
あれれ
What happened, Fuyuhiko?
あ
Oh, hey, what are you doing here? All alone at a place like this. I'm standing guard so Monokuma doesn't come inside. How diligent of you.
ねえね
You're not coming to the party?
何
Hell no. Not even if you paid me. Parties are stupid. They make me want to puke. You want to come to the party, right? Isn't that why you came here? Of course not. I was just going for a damn walk. What? Do I have to report to you every time I want to go for an effing walk?
え、違うよ。
No, it's not like that, but... Then leave me alone. And then he just left. So that happened, but why did he come here?
ほら、
Now, like I said, the game wants you to think certain things are suspicious. But I can't fall for it. Obviously, what Fuyuhiko just said there sounds suspicious, but I'm not jumping to any conclusions. He probably wants to be a part of the group, but he can't be honest about it. He believes he's different from everyone else. That's why he's always alone.
ねえね
He's like the main character of an RPG. Have you played those before? Huh? When did we start talking about video games?
なるほどね。
Even though we don't really know what he's thinking, I don't think we have any reason to doubt him.
よかった。
That's a relief, I'm glad. You keep saying you're glad, but we have no idea who the killer is. Well, I guess for now, we should stick to the plan and head over to Byakuya's cottage. As long as the probability it's greater than 0, that will suffice.
俺様はまだ半分の力も出していない。
I will most assuredly reclaim the Hellhound earring with my own 2 hands. It seems he has no intention of investigating. I guess for now I've discovered the building is surrounded by firm fences, so there's no way to sneak under the floor from there. Okay. Now, where is Byakuya's cottage? Oh, he's still here. This song is just called Kill Now. I didn't walk past any houses already, right? Nope. Okay. Alright, let's start over here. Well, hang on.
Yosh.
Now then, we must head over to Byakuya's cottage. If you get lost, check the map in the student handbook. Yeah, thank you. Not there. Okay, he's not in any of these. That's me. Okay, here's his. Locked. Locked. I guess we need to ask him for help. And so Nagito took a deep breath. Hey, Monokuma! Yay, did you call me? Nagito, when did you train Monokuma? Hey, Monokuma, I was wondering if you can do us a favor. There's something we want to investigate. Hey, who are you talking to? That's just my after image. When I get serious, my after image is unleashed. I can even play soccer by myself as long as I have this cloning technique. Though it'd be boring to play alone. I don't have time for this. Just hurry up and open Byakuya's cottage already.
Oh, man.
This is for the class trial. It's something we really need. For the class trial? If it's for the class trial, there's no way I can refuse. Now then, there's only one spell that can open these doors. Havaloosh! See, I unlocked the door. Now you can investigate to your heart's content. But why does it open with a magic spell? It doesn't. He literally can just wave his hand and make anything happen. There's no direct spell. It's probably powered by electricity. At any rate, that performance was a waste of time. I see. I guess we should go inside then. Yeah, I guess you're right. Makes sense that he has a library in here. This bed. Nothing about it really catches my eye. Okay. There's an envelope on the table. Somebody wrote something for him? Is it a letter someone sent to Byakuya? There's no sender. It looks pretty suspicious. Hajime, you should check what's inside. Yeah, you're right. Let's see. Huh? Now be careful, the first kill will happen tonight. Someone will definitely kill someone. So, obviously, whoever wrote this note is the killer, because they had the nerve to write this and give it to the person who ended up killed. This is... Is this a crime warning? No. If it says be careful, it's probably a threatening letter. Regardless, who would send something like this? Maybe. This is why Byakuya suddenly decided to throw a party. Huh? The first kill will happen tonight. Because someone made this threat to Byakuya. He gathered everyone in one area and was extremely cautious about all the dangerous items. He was trying to create a scenario in which everyone could monitor each other. He thought if he did that, nobody would be able to kill anyone. So, he believed this crazy letter? He couldn't ignore the possibility of this happening, even if it was just the worst case scenario. Remember when Byakuya kept saying how he wouldn't let anyone become a victim? He couldn't overlook that slim possibility just to keep his promise. Then why did he keep it a secret? Why did he keep it a secret? If he had just told us, he probably couldn't. He probably thought that was also a worst case scenario. No, well, what do you mean? If everyone knew what was in this letter, whether it's a lie or not, everyone would have likely begun to doubt each other, and at that point there'd be no turning back. So Byakuya tried to do something about this all by himself without telling anyone? His strong sense of responsibility is the only explanation I can think of. Anyway, whoever sent Byakuya this letter also killed him. Is that what you're saying? No. This could be a prank, and it might have nothing to do with Byakuya's death at all. What was that? He suddenly became really quiet. I see. He doesn't want to believe one of us could be a killer. But still, we've come all the way here, and it's the only thing I can think of. The person who wrote this letter murdered Byakuya. If that's the case, then that person completely predicted how Byakuya would react once he received it, right? They planned to manipulate Byakuya and kill him right before our eyes. In that old building. Damn it, who the hell would do that? Alright. Hajime, there's probably not much time left until the class trial starts. Probably. Which reminds me, you asked Mahiru for a favor earlier, right? Yeah, I wanted her to find out where everybody was standing just before the blackout. She probably finished by now. You coming with me, right? Sorry, that's all you. Huh? I need some time alone. I'd like some time to collect my thoughts. I see it, I understand. Also, if you're going back to the old building, you should hear what Mikan has to say as well. I think the results of her autopsy should be ready by now. See you later. He was pretty pale. Wonder if he's okay. But now's not the time for me to worry about Nagito. There isn't much time left. I better hurry over to the old building. I mean, we're right by it. I don't even have to do this. You already know who that is. What the hell was that loud voice just now? You know who it is. Was this always open? Now we're back to the homicide theme. I feel so lighthearted right now. Hi! Okay, that was him laughing. I, Nakamata Nidai, have been reborn! I have no intention of losing anymore. Losing to who? I won't lose to anyone. Not even to my past self. It sounds cool and all, but what are you even talking about? Of course. What? I don't know who was behind it, but someone tried to make a crappy bastard out of me. Some scoundrel was occupying the bathroom before the party was about to start. Now that you mention it, you said something like that shortly after the party started. Trying to use it many times, but the door just won't open at all. Somebody the killer was definitely hiding in that bathroom. However, if you think I'd be angered by someone like that, you've all underestimated my nerve and patience. Do all and achieve all with one's presence of mind. That is the goal of a true leader. In other words, a leader must never falter in any situation, but always have the presence of one's mind. He says that, but I'm pretty sure he was shaken up by that whole ordeal. Well, best not to go into it. Okay. Anyway, so you're saying the bathroom door was shut from before the party started to after the blackout. And the bathroom was finally occupied after Byakuya's body was found. And finally unoccupied. Of course. Because that's where the killer was using that bathroom. So, that's why you couldn't get in there. That's why it was open after Byakuya died. That's about how long that lasted. What he said sounds stupid and irrelevant, but I should remember it just in case. Let's see. The first person who raised their voice during the blackout was... That's right, it was Mahiru. Did we have this conversation already? The next was Kazuichi's voice, and then the next voice was mine. Here's a recap, we did this already. Then there was more voices, one after the other. Okay, yeah, we talked to her already. That was the first person we talked to. I think we talked to her already too, right? I already memorized it. It's a bird that keeps fire. Yeah, we talked to her. We've been in here already. And what was I doing again? Yeah, why did I come back in here again? The bathroom. The bathroom. Yeah, I need to check the bathroom. The bathroom seems to be open. But I don't really need to go right now. There's really no need for me to go inside. What? Have we been in here yet? I think we have. Yeah, we've already been in here. That's right, we need to talk to, Mahiru and Mikan. Talk to her first. Hey, you're here! Where the hell did you wander off to? Wasn't wandering, I was investigating as much as I could. I see. Well, if you weren't slacking off, then I guess it's fine. So did you find anything? Yeah, sorta. Hang on. Alright. I keep forgetting, I gotta eventually find some presents to give to them. I cannot stand that feature of this game. Really unnecessary. Alright. You don't sound too sure. Well, just take a look at this. Just as you told me, using the 2 photos I took before the blackout. I tried to pinpoint where everyone was standing. When I did, this diagram was the result. So this is everyone's standing position before the blackout. Everyone's pretty much in the dining hall. And Penko's a question mark because she wasn't in the office room. And Teru should have been in the kitchen, yes. And yeah, based on this, Byakuya, like she said, was not even close to that table. The fact that Gundam's ring was found in the floorboards is suspicious as well, because they mentioned the floorboards already. I've made this diagram from analyzing those photos, so I'm pretty sure it's accurate. Just as I thought, Byakuya was standing a far distance from that table. It's impossible. There's no way he'd be able to move that far during the blackout. Huh? What's this line extending from the table where Byakuya was killed? It's the desk lamp. I drew the power cord for it just in case. The power cord for the desk lamp? If that cord is extending from the table where Byakuya was killed, then that means... That means what? Did you find something? It's not clear to me yet, but... I guess you're right, I don't really understand it myself when I was drawing it. I have a feeling that it's either a potential clue or just a waste of labor. No, it wasn't a waste at all. It's not clear to me yet, but there's no mistake that a clue is hidden here. An extremely important clue. No crap, I'm sitting here thinking I can move. Oh, that plug looks like it's going in the same direction that the air conditioner is facing. If you'd like, I can tell you a little bit of what I want to say. Did you find out anything? I tried, within reason, to perform an autopsy on Byakuya's body. And I discovered... that there were several puncture wounds around Byakuya's chest and abdominal region. Deep wounds, deep enough to reach his lungs and internal organs. It can be assumed that a very thin, sharp object around 5 millimeters in diameter was used to stab him over and over again, which is what I believe. Are you okay? I'm sorry, talking about it made me sad. No need to push yourself, I mostly got the gist of what you wanted to say. Okay. Still, around 5 millimeters in diameter, huh? Isn't that pretty thin? That's as thin as an ice pick or an awl. Yeah, that lamp is plugged into an outlet that's directly below the AC. Don't tell me it's time for the class trial already.
はい時間ですそうですお待ちかねの学級裁判の時間ですでは集合場所をお知らせいたしますジャパン往復諸島の中央にある島に愛らしい僕の顔が彫り込まれた岩山がありますその名もモノクマロックです
Monokuma Rock? When did he come up with that?
そこに隠された秘密の入り口からエレベーターで地下へとお進みください。ぷぷぷぷ、じゃあまた後でね。
A mountain with a carving of Monokuma's face at the central island? Got that thing guarding it. Okay, let me see where it's supposed to be at. Yeah, we gotta be there. Hang on. Yeah, I'm sorry guys, my model is still freezing. Yeah, my model is still acting up. Just hang on a second, guys. Alright, anyway, like, I should be getting close to it. Okay, here we go. I was about to turn back around. I was thinking I was not close.
Huh?
Huh? What the heck is that mountain? When did that get there? Never mind that. How did they even make a mountain shaped like Monokuma?
まさか
That story might be true after all. There might be an enormous organization involved in all this. You mean what Byakuya said before, right?
確かに
Byakuya, we still needed his knowledge. I still can't believe he's dead. What happened to Gundam and Fuyuhiko?
その
Now that you mention it, it appears they aren't here yet.
わかった
Oh, I know. They probably ran away. No.
やだ
Ah, hell nah. There's no way I let them escape, you know? Look, I dragged this one back here. I dragged this one back over here. I'm telling you, let me go!
なこらこら
Hey now, if you keep acting violent, I might just eat you up.
ちょっと
Hey, Fuyuhiko, what were you doing all this time?
Huh?
Nothing. Wasn't really doing anything. Was just chilling in my room when I suddenly heard that fat bastard got killed. Who the F cares about that anyway?
あんた
You. How can you say something so irresponsible?
わかってんの
We've been doing our best to investigate this murder, even though we don't want to. Just to survive. Mahiru, that's enough. You too, Fuyuhiko. Dumbass.
えっ
And I guess we're waiting for Gundam?
どうした
I am right here.
罪人さあ始めようか
Remember this well. A main character arrives when he intends to. A main character? I mean, you are, but it doesn't feel like it. Huh? Seems you noticed it too. If I did, then I'm right.
さてと
No, like what are they talking about? A main character arrives when he intends to. Alright, now that we're all together, let's take the secret entrance to the trial field. Please, wait a second.
おやおや
My, Monomin, just what are you doing here? Nobody asked for you.
私は
I,
あれあれ
do you actually want to join in?
ド M マスコット
You want to
で
taste how powerless you are at the class trial? You're an even bigger masochist than I thought.
手伝い
Oh well,
サービス
I'm a big brother who dotes on his little sister. I shall allow your special participation.
待ってね
I'll go on ahead and wait for you guys, so hurry over.
あれ
He told us to come, but how did we get there? I don't see any doors or vehicles.
なんなの
Why is the auto on? Secret entrance? Alright, hang on. I'm gonna get my guide video up to where I'm at. These guide videos are really short. Alright, anyway. We're good.
喜ぶがいい。
Be happy. You humans have been spared. What is he talking about? Like, what is he ever talking about?
めんどくせえな。
Jeez, how boring.
この野郎。
Whatever. Let's go inside already. Alright, yeah, anyway, let's just go. We don't have to talk to people. I mean, later in the game, we absolutely will, but... Alright, there's a loud roar. What the... Something's shaking. This is dangerous. Everyone, please get down. Something came out. The elevators? I mean, not elevators, escalators.
まさか。
Could it be? He's telling us to enter it? Such a suspicious aura. Even Crimson Steel Elephant Magazine is trembling with fear. Just listen to the name you just said. What on earth? What world is this guy living in? That's so totally suspicious. Forgive me. Seriously, just forgive me already. Hey, why don't we just stop here? I mean, none of this is real anyway. Like, not even remotely. There's no way. There's just no way we'll find the killer. Complaining won't get us anywhere. If you're really a man, then man up for God's sake. We've come this far, we have no choice but to keep moving forward. You're right. There's nowhere for us to run. We need to do it. If that's everyone's decision, I'll just follow you guys. If this were a video game, I had very high difficulty level. Let's do our best to clear the game. Well, this is definitely not a game. Shaking with fear and nervousness, I hesitantly lifted my feet and stepped onto the escalator. I won't think anymore. If I think, I'll run away. All I could do was stare upward intensely as the escalator carried me. And when each of us entered Monokuma Rock, this is a bit much. This is an elevator, so it's an elevator plus escalators. I see. This entire rock is an elevator. Hang on a second. Once again, Monokuma's doing what he pleases.
しかし。
However, if he's gone this far and made something like this, I don't think he's playing around. Even so, we're going pretty deep. You're right. I heard an unnerving chattering sound inside my head. I soon realized it was the sound of my teeth. And all I could do was purse my lips together tightly so everyone else couldn't hear it. There we were, listening to unpleasant roars as the elevator plunged deeper and deeper into the earth. Really? What was that bell? Some time passed before the elevator finally finished descending. This giant rock is somehow still an elevator, but even then, the elevator door slowly opened. My gosh, look at this place. Okay, welcome. This is the class trial field. How do you like it? It's a special place that will decide your fates. What the hell is he thinking? Locking us in a shitty-looking place like this? Are you effing crazy? Don't mess with me, asshole! Complain all you like. I'm used to it by now. Come on, you're wasting your time and energy. Hurry up and take your seats where your names are written. Looks like everyone knows. Even if we try to resist, it won't change a thing. Just as Monokuma ordered, we walked toward the seats we had been assigned. From this point on, we need to find out who killed Byakuya. The ultimate affluent progeny, Byakuya Togami. He was overly critical, arrogant, condescending, but he also had a strong sense of responsibility. As we were panicking, he accepted his role as leader and tried his very best to keep us together. A guy like him, who got murdered. The person who did it is one of us. I can't believe it. There's no way I can believe it. But if it's really true, we need to find out by any means possible. Because that's our only option. There's no way for us to survive unless we sacrifice the killer. And so, this life-threatening trial, billowing with hope and despair, has begun. Alright. Set skills. Do I have any skills yet? No, I do not. Okay. We're gonna look at the handbook, obviously the truth bullets, but first I'm gonna get the guide video matched up to where I'm at. They kept the same music, that's fine. Danganronpa has a really great soundtrack. Oh, truth bullets. Alright, I'm gonna look at that in a second, just let me look at this towards where we're at. Alright. Yeah, the trial thing is gonna stretch across, like, multiple videos. I want to see if I can find a better... Okay, yeah, this is a lot better. This is a much better playlist. Alright. Oh yeah, let me set the playback speed to a higher amount. Alright, anyway, we're ready. Alright, Monokuma file. Once again, the victim's body was discovered in the dining hall. I'm gonna use the bathroom before we start, too. Discovered in the dining hall of the old building near the Hotel Mirai. The estimated time of death is 11:30 p.m. The victim was repeatedly stabbed over more than 10 times. Repeatedly stabbed over 10 times between the throat and abdominal region, resulting in death. Aside from that, the body has no other external injuries, and no chemicals such as poison was detected. The body, under the table was face down as if Byakuya were reaching for something. As if he was reaching for something. As if reaching for something. Okay, I'm sure that's gonna come in handy. The bloodstained knife found under the table where the body was discovered, glowing paint-like substance that also coats it. A pool of blood formed around the body underneath the table. A lot of blood was splattered against the inside of the tablecloth, although there was no sign that the body was dragged through the blood stain. Gaps in the floorboard. The floors of the dining hall were full of gaps. Gundam dropped one of his earrings through these gaps. AC timer. The AC timer in the dining hall was set to 11:30. The AC timer in the office was also set to 11:30 p.m. Night vision goggles. Found under the table where the body was discovered. Apparently it came from the supermarket, which we didn't even look in. Oh well. Embarrassing pose. During the blackout, Mikan tripped and fell in the dining hall. By the time the lights came back on, she ended up in a compromising position. I really don't know how that happened. But if it's in the Monokuma file, then I'm sure it's gonna come up during this trial. I'm sure there's something about that that'll come up if it's truly important. The Duralumin case. The case Byakuya had with him, there's a lot of security equipment inside a hard plastic case as well. The key to the other Duralumin case is inside here as well. Ibuki. During the blackout, Ibuki was able to discern all the noise people were making, and here's the script for that. Now, Byakuya's last two lines, oh, what the hell, and what's going on here, and this is... The what the hell, what's going on here was all one line. And then this is... before he was killed. But why did Nagito say ow? Why did Nagito say ow? Okay, irons in the storage room. There were 3 irons placed inside the storage room. When Nagito found them, they were all turned on. They were probably ironing the tablecloths, because there was also a tablecloth with bloodstains on it. Yep, the bloodstained tablecloth was found randomly stuffed inside the laundry hamper. The gas stove in the kitchen is powered by electricity. That's why Teru couldn't use it during the blackout. The party dishes, Teru poured his heart and soul into cooking various party dishes. However, Akane and Pekka were the only ones who ate them because of the blackout. But why did Pekka suddenly start feeling sick? And Akane didn't feel a thing. Fire doors. If a fire door breaks down, the fire door in the hallway of the old building can be shut to keep the fire from spreading. I need to read that again. Like, I don't know what's going on. If a fire breaks out, the fire door in the hallway of the old building can be shut to keep the fire from spreading. So those 2 tan things, I guess they fold in to close. Kitchen equipment list. The knife found at the crime scene was not included on the kitchen equipment list. All the dangerous equipment that could be a potential weapon was confiscated by Byakuya. Apparently there's an iron plate for barbecue and a portable stove for cooking hot pots. When Chiaki was standing guard outside, Fuyuhiko apparently came to the old building, then walked away. And this note is interesting right here, a threatening letter that was found in Byakuya's room. Once again, it said, "Be careful, the first kill will happen tonight. Someone will definitely kill someone." Unknown author, but it's very clear that the person who wrote this note is the killer, seeing as though it ended up in Byakuya's possession. And Byakuya is the one who's dead. During the search for Byakuya after the blackout, Kaz headed straight to the office. He didn't see anyone there, including Peko. According to Mikan's autopsy, Byakuya sustained several puncture wounds to his chest and abdomen. The wounds were inflicted by a thin, sharp weapon, roughly 5mm in diameter. would that describe that knife? Because that's what was used to kill him. And Nekomaru kept trying to use the bathroom since before the party started, but someone else was using it the whole time. He was able to enter the bathroom after Byakuyo's body was discovered. But one of the people who stepped out of the room, one of them, or somebody who was not in the room during the blackout, has to be the killer. That has to be the case. Like, I'm sure that I'm gonna end up being wrong and completely missing something. But the killer has to be somebody that was not in the room during that blackout. So, Peko, Teru, Chiaki, and Fuyu are all the primary suspects right now. And because they were not in the room when the blackout happened. But Gundam is also on my list because his ring fell through the floorboards during the blackout, I think. He didn't say a word during the blackout. Go back to Ibuki's account. Where's Ibuki's account? Yeah, Gundam did not say a word during that blackout. Gundam did not say a word. Oh, so that was it. Alright, so I'm gonna use the bathroom now before we start. And then we got some work to do. Finally, on to the first class trial. Alright. Oh, we are ready to begin. To the first class trial. Here we go. For the sake of time,
最初に学級裁判の簡単な説明をしておきましょう。
since the stream did not start off with the class trial, the entire class trial is not gonna get done in this stream, I believe.
学級裁判では誰が犯人かを議論し、
Alright, here we go, the
その
rules.
結果はお前らの投票により決定されます。
Yeah, we should all remember this from the first game.
正しい黒を指摘できれば黒だけがお仕置きですが、もし間違った人物を黒以外の全員がお仕置きされ、生き残った黒だけにこの島から出る権利が与えられます。
Yeah, I'm gonna move my stuff up some more.
なんて残酷なルール
And she's already all tied up.
始める前に確認しておきたいんだけどさ、本当にこの中に犯人がいるの？
Don't even ask. Like, you know the answer.
人殺しの黒は間違いなくお前らの中に潜んでいるんやで。
And it's not like if there wasn't, he would tell you.
悲しい色やね。ちなみに学級裁判は 100% 公正に行われるから安心してください。僕ってひいきとか不正が物見の次に嫌いなんだよね。
And again, like I said, though right now my prime suspects for this killing, I'm not putting Fuyu at the top of the list because that's the obvious wrong pick. Obviously, since he was not there at all, everybody's gonna jump on him immediately. And because he's the Yakuza, the ultimate Yakuza, they're gonna jump on him instantly, but that's most likely gonna be wrong. But anybody who was not in the dining hall at the time of the blackout is at the top of the list. However, Gundam was in that blackout, but he did not say a word. That's why he's also on the list. But yes, Chiaki would have a motive because Byakuya completely underestimated her ability to be useful to his plan. So that would probably give her a motive for potentially doing something like that. So for her, it's possible. Peko, because she was supposed to be guarding the office, but she was not there. So that makes her a prime suspect. So not only was she not in the dining hall, she was supposed to be guarding the office, and she was still not there. And then who else was not? Oh yeah, Teru. Teru was in the kitchen, preparing food. So, like, I'm gonna stop. Thank you. Like, I'm not gonna talk until the model's working. Yeah, Teru was in the kitchen preparing food. So, he's on the list just because he was not in the dining hall, but he's not a high option for me right now. Alright, let's go.
あつしのことそんなに嫌いなんだ。それでは早速始めましょう。
Yes, let's finally begin because it's been a while now.
って言われても何をどうしたらいいんですか？
シナゴの言ってねえで拳で決めちまえばいいんだよ。
ルール聞いてたんか？戸上の野郎は大広間でぶっ殺されてたんだろ？だったら怪しいのはそこにいた連中じゃねえか。
No, anyone who wasn't there is a primary suspect to me.
はいはい、自分は犯人じゃないって言いたいわけね。
当たり前だ。てめえらが勝手に殺し合っただけだろ。俺には関係ねえよ。
はあ？何よそれ。
とりあえずさ、まずは一番気になることについて話し合ってみない？
え？一番気になることって？
やっぱり死体の見つかった場所だよね。死体がテーブルの下から見つかるなんて変だな。
Considering that he was the furthest away from the table.
じゃあ その謎から言ってみよっか。
The reason why Byakuya's body was discovered under the dining hall table. We can start with that, but ultimately we need to find out who murdered him. If we can't do that... No, thinking about if is a waste of time. We have to do this no matter what. So the class trials finally started. From this point on, I will provide simple tutorials at every important moment. I'm sorry, but please excuse my ear-tainting rudeness. As things progress during each class trial, you will engage in a number of non-stop debates. During these discussions, all of your classmates will speak one after the other without any breaks. It's up to you to reveal any lies or mistakes contained within these statements. This means you'll have to use your truth bullets to refute what they say. Out of all the truth bullets you find during your investigation, only the relevant ones will be loaded into the truth cylinder. Use the left stick to move the reticle, then fire with the triangle button. Okay, yep, so it's the exact same as the first game. Pay close attention to each character's statements, and choose your truth bullets to blast the right ones. Note that if you run out of time, you'll automatically fail, so please be careful. They give you plenty of time. If you press the options button during these arguments, you can review the controls. Well then, good luck, have fun. Yeah, sure, have fun. Okay. Gaps in the floorboard, knife, and bloodstain under the table.
どうして戸上君の死体はあんな場所にあったのかな。
大広間の一番奥のテーブル。しかもテーブルの下だったな。
犯人が戸上を殺した後で死体を移動させたんじゃねえか。
Well, that's wrong because he was most likely killed by the table.
発見を遅らせようとしたんすよ。まるで粗相した犬っすね。
He was killed underneath that table. What he just said was strange. It clearly contradicts the information I know. Yeah, he was very clearly killed. Yeah, I'm gonna shoot at that. He was very clearly killed. Wait, well, let me look at the controls again. Okay, so circle is still to fast forward. I don't know if we have the concentrate ability yet.
大広間の一番奥に、しかもテーブルの下だ。
犯人が戸上を殺した後で死体を移動させたんじゃねえか。
Okay, so that wasn't wrong.
しまった。どうして戸上君の死体はあんな場所にあったのかな。
大広間の一番奥のテーブル。しかもテーブルの下だったな。
Bloodstain under the table.
犯人
I
が
had
戸
the
上
wrong
を
truth
殺
bullet
した後
selected.
で死体を移動させ。
Yeah, I had the wrong truth bullet selected. Sorry. Okay.
いや、犯人が戸上の死体を移動させたと
The
は
killer
考
absolutely
えら
did
れない
not
んじゃ
move
ない
the
か。
body.
どうしてだよ。
あのね、死体が見つかったテーブルの下の状況をよく思い出してほしいんだけど、あそこには大量の血痕があったけど、死体を引きずったような跡はなかったんだよ。
だから犯人が死体を移動させたとは考えられない。そうか、なるほどね。
Yeah, it's just how on earth did Byakuya get there?
せっかくいい考えだと思ったのによ。
個性もなくてモテない上にバカなんて残念。生きてる価値ないよね。
俺は褒められて伸びるタイプだからな。
でも犯人が運んだわけじゃないなら、なんで死体がテーブルの下にあったんすか。
That's what we all want to
多
know.
分テーブルの下で殺されたからだ。
殺人がテーブルの下で起きたというんか。
戸上君は何らかの理由でテーブルの下に潜り、そこで犯人によって殺されてしまった。その結果、テーブルの下に彼の死体だけが残されることになったんじゃないかな。
話の筋は通っているが、戸上は何のためにテーブルの下に潜ったんじゃ。
The Monokuma file said as if he was
みんなを
reaching for
驚かせよ
something.
うとして隠れてたんだろ。 あいつって茶目っ気たっぷりなとこあったしな。
What was he trying to reach for?
停電になって慌ててテーブルの下に潜ったのかな。
失神とは違うんだぞ。停電だからってテーブルの下には潜らんわい。
その理由は多分パーティー中の戸上くんの行動に関係してるんじゃないかな。
The reason Byakuya dove under the table, if it's connected to what Byakuya was doing to the party, then it's probably if it's connected to what Byakuya was doing during the party, then it's probably yeah, I'm not sure what the answer to this is. Gonna try to find it before the time runs out. Okay.
これで証明できる。
おそらくテーブルの下に落ちてたナイフが関係してるはずだ。
Okay, so that's the reason he dove under the table, though?
ナイフっていかにも凶器ですって感じのやつですか？
きっと戸上はあそこにナイフが隠されていることに気づいて、それでそのナイフを回収するためにわざわざテーブルの下に潜っていったんだ。
危険物に敏感だった戸上であればその可能性は否定できないが、だがテーブルの下にナイフがある事実にあいつはどのようにして気づいたのだ。
Yeah, exactly. How could he notice? No, you know what? I know exactly how he did, because there was paint on it.
事前に知ってたら停電前になんとかしたはずだもんね。
There was glow paint on the knife,
だったら
so he probably saw it.
事前に知ってたわけじゃなくてその場で目撃したとか？例えば誰かがテーブルの下に隠したナイフを取り出そうとしているのを見かけて。
いや、それはありえないぞ。
なんだ、随分と言い切るではないか。
Again, it was a blackout. How could he have seen anybody
それだけの根拠があるのだからな。
taking the knife?
ぷぷ、なんだかそれっぽくなってきましたね。
And during the previous statement, there was only one weak spot. But from this point on, there will be various weak spots standing in your way. No matter how many weak spots there will be only one lie or contradiction in the debate at the time, as we all know. This means there will be false weak spots. If you shoot a false weak spot with a truth bullet, not only will you fail to refute what was said, but you'll also lower your trust with everyone and your influence gauge will take damage. If your influence gauge reaches 0, you will fail, so please be careful. You have to rely on your own logic to determine which weak spots are actually lies or mistakes. Also, if you concentrate by holding down the R1 button, you can progress the argument slowly. Please use it whenever you feel like the statements are moving too fast for you to aim. However, this does consume the focus gauge, so please be careful. If you press the options button during these arguments, you can review the controls. Good luck. Alright, we played the first game. I should understand how this works. Okay, so it looks like there's 5 of these truth bullets now.
戸上がテーブルの下に潜ったのは停電中の出来事だったはずだ。
それは間違いありません。ってことはさ、豚足ちゃんはあの停電の中でナイフを取る犯人を目撃したの？
停電中
But
はめち
how?
ゃ真っ暗っすよ。
目の前の飯が見えないほど暗かったな。
Were the night
暗く
goggles
て見えない
his?
のは戸上も一緒。犯人を目撃したとは考えられまい。
It's true getting under that table during the blackout would have been nearly impossible, but
戸上がテーブルの下に潜ったのは停電中の出来事だったはずだ。
それは間違いありません。
okay, that's correct.
豚足ちゃんはあの鉄
It's what Peko said that needs to be shot at.
停電中はめちゃ真っ暗っすよ。目の前の飯が見えないほど暗かったな。
暗くて見えないのは戸上も一緒。
There we go.
それは違うぞ。いや、きっと戸上だけには見えてたんだ。
なぜあいつだけに見える？
テーブルの下に落ちてた暗視スコープだよ。あれを使えば暗闇でも状況が把握できるだろ。
No, which means that it is possible that he probably saw somebody take a knife as well.
ではあの暗視スコープを使ったのは戸上だったと？
ああ、そうなるな。
その推理はピンボケだよ。
Which is how he could spot what was actually going on during
い
the
や、それ
blackout.
は違うでしょ。まるっきり逆だよ。
Other way around?
だからさ、その暗視スコープを使ったのは戸上じゃなくて
That's what we thought
犯人の
originally.
方だって言ってんの。
But that might not be true. Were you surprised by Mahito's sudden argument? Just between you and me, I was also surprised. Just kidding, sorry. Now then, when this kind of argument surfaces, you will go into a one-on-one debate called Rebuttal Showdown. Okay, so this is a new thing, which I knew they'd throw some new stuff in new games. In this mode, you have to counter the other person's claim, draw out their weak spots, and argue against them. Please counter the other person's remarks with the left stick. Based on the shape of their remarks, it's important to know whether to cut vertically, sideways, or diagonally. What the heck? And based on that, you can skew the debate's mood to your advantage. On the other hand, if you ignore the other person's remarks, it will skew toward their advantage. In the bottom right-hand corner of your screen, a number that shows the sharpness of your counter is displayed. This is the number of times you can cut remarks during one round of the debate. You will lose counts of sharpness even if you miss, so please be careful. When the mood skews to your advantage for a certain length of time, the other party's argument changes. This means the conversation will develop. If that happens, they will end up divulging some weak spots. However, you cannot normally cut remarks that contain weak spots. Instead, it will skew the mood toward the other party's advantage. Plus, it's gonna be very big. Just like a regular debate, please refute any weak spots by pressing the triangle button. Of course, if you don't have the correct truth blade, you will not be able to cut an opponent's weak remark. Wait, what's the truth blade? Terribly sorry, it appears that it's been a delay in contacting you. I'll make sure the person in charge of contacting you takes a very long vacation. In this mode, truth bullets will be called truth blades. That's about it. There won't be any other changes to your handbook menu. Only the name was changed, but don't you think a change in feeling is important? If you press the options button during these arguments, you can review the controls. Good luck.
常識で考えればさ、暗視スコープを使ったのは犯人の方でしょ。絶対そうに決まってるって。
そう。
常識で考えればさ、暗視スコープを使ったのは犯人の方でしょ。絶対そうに決まってるって。
聞くわけにはいかない。
Okay, hang on. Now I gotta put what that Quake?
常識で考えればさ、暗視スコープを使ったのは犯人の方でしょ。絶対そうに決まってるって。
And then find a point that I can argue
常
against.
識で考えればさ、暗視スコープを使ったのは犯人の方でしょ。絶対そうに決まってるって。
Yeah, okay, hang on. Yeah, I clearly do not understand how this game is supposed to work. So, let me just see how it's supposed to be played. Just hang on a second, guys. Alright, now let me try again.
常識で考えればさ、暗視スコープを使ったのは犯人の方でしょ。絶対そうに決まってるって。常識で考えればさ、暗視スコープを使ったのは犯人の方でしょ。絶対そうに決まってるって。常識で考えればさ、
So what point am
暗
I...
視スコープを使ったのは犯人の方でしょ。絶対そうに決まってるって。
Yeah, I'm getting the same error message every time.
.常識で考えればさ、暗視スコープを使ったのは犯人の方でしょ。絶対そうに決まってるって。
聞くわけにはいかない。
Come on now. Thank you, finally.
犯人が使ったって根拠はなんだよ。
だって暗視スコープを使えば暗闇の中でも戸上を殺せるじゃん。実際そうなっちゃったわけだし、とにかくあれは最初からそのために犯人が現場に持ち込んだんだって。そう。常識で考えればさ、
No, this is way too difficult.
絶対そうに決まってるって。常識で考えればさ、暗視スコープを使ったのは絶対そうに決まってるって。
聞くわけにはいかない。
I just wasted a bunch of those.
犯人が使ったって根拠はなんだよ。
だって暗視スコープを使えば暗闇の中でも戸上を殺せるじゃん。実際そうなっちゃったわけだしさ。とにかくあれは最初からそのために犯人が現場に持ち込んだんだって。
その言葉切らせてもらう。
Okay, that time I pushed the button. Okay, here we go.
あの暗視スコープを持ち込んだのは間違いなく殺された戸上だ
That
ったは
was
ずだ。
that was way too difficult to understand.
間違いないってどうして？
I just feel like the gameplay part of that made it
戸上が
so
パーティー
difficult.
中ずっと持ってたジュラルミンケースの中に暗視スコープを収納するためのケースが入ってたんだ。
That's right. That's what those were.
つまり
That's what
暗
that
視スコープはジュラルミン
case
ケース
was.
に入れて持ち運ばれたものと推測できる。
So we didn't know that that's what that case was for. That small case was for the night vision goggles, which proves that Byakuya owned those goggles. So the killer was not the one that used them.
推測だって伊吹らしからぬ賢いフレーズが出たっすね。
The word assume is not a clever word.
停電中にそのジュラルミンケースの中から暗視スコープを取り出すなんて。
Because he was the only one who had the key to the Duralumin cases.
そんなことができるのはケースを持ってた戸上以外に考えられないだろ。
そっか、言われてみればそうかも。
だったらあのナイフもジュラルミンケースに入れて持ち込まれたものなのかもしれないね。 暗視スコープがあったならナイフくらい入っててもおかしくないもんね。
おかしいよ。
やっぱ僕っておかしいよね。こんな時なのに今晩のおかずのことが頭をよぎるし。
キモいよ。絶対にいやらしい意味で言ってるもん。
Anyway, the knife was brought in the duralumin case, along with its night vision goggles too? No, that's not possible. The knife was hidden in the dining hall before the party even started. I should be able to prove it. The duct tape, right?
そうか。
Yeah, the duct tape. There was tape there.
死体が見つかったテーブルの裏にガムテープが残ってたんだ。え？ガムテープ？
And it had paint on it.
きっとあれでテーブルの裏にナイフを貼り付けて、そうやってナイフを隠しておいたんだろうな。
それであんなところにガムテープが残ってたんですね。
So that's why there was duct tape on the table. They were potentially hiding the knife under the table by taping it there.
さすがにテーブルの裏までは気づけんかったか。
少し話がそれるのだが、なぜ戸上はあそこまで念入りに警戒していたのだ？ジュラルミンケースに防犯グッズや警備用品を入れ、さらに暗視スコープまで持ち込んでいたとは。
It's because they don't know about the note that he got.
確かに念のためにしてはやりすぎだの。
He had a very good reason for that.
それを言ったら危険物の没収だってそうだよ。わざわざボディチェ
Let's
ック
see
ま
if I
です
can
るな
get
んて
through this as quick as I
念
can.
のためってレベルじゃないよ。
But these games are getting ridiculous, man.
そう彼には分かってたんだよ。誰かが殺人を起こそうとしてるってことがね。
殺人を予知していたというのか。まさかあいつにも邪眼の。
Oh my gosh, no.
日向君もそう思うよね。
That's right. Byakuya probably knew there was a possibility that murder would occur because of this.
これで証明できる。みんなちょっとこれを見てくれないか。
One second, I'm gonna get some water. I have no coins right now. Anyway. Yeah, let's just try to get through this trial as quick as possible. Like, I've played the first game, so I should understand what to do here. Just these new games, these games always make it take longer because I struggle with them.
戸上君のコテージにあったのは僕と日向君で見つけたんだよ。
It is a good thing we got in there.
おそらく誰かが戸上に当てた脅迫文だ。
誰かって誰だ？
That's what we gotta figure out.
こんな頭悪そうな脅迫文なんてモノクマ以外誰も書かないよ。
Well, yeah, there's a possibility that he did write it.
ませんよ。
Okay, well, there you go. It wasn't in.
僕がつくのは優しい嘘だけだもん。それがすでに嘘じゃないですか。
誰が書いたかはともかく、戸上はこの脅迫文のせいで警戒を強めていたのだな。
きっと彼がパーティーを開くと言い出したのもこの手紙のせいだろうね。
と言いますと？
彼はみんなを一箇所に集めることで互いに監視し合う状況を作ろうとしたんだよ。
Yeah, like I said, he had his reasons for doing everything. He didn't tell us why,
殺人
but
予告した人物を身動き取れない状況に追い込もうとしたんだ。
だけどこんな手紙なんてただのいたずらかもしれないのに。
no, why would it just be a prank?
それでも一人の犠牲者も出さないと宣言した以上は放っておけない。そんな強い責任感が彼にこの脅迫を信じ込ませちゃったんだよ。
Like, you gave that note to the wrong person. Like, Byakuya of all people would take that very seriously.
脅迫文を受け取っていたならわしらに相談すればよかったものを。
そんなことしたら僕らは混乱状態になるよ。きっと戸上。
それで
I'm sorry.
誰にも言えずに一人で何とかしようと。あいつのリーダーとしての責任感の強さがあだとなってしまったのか。
ふざけた真似しやがって。その手紙を書いたやつは誰なんだよ。
そりゃもちろん犯人だろうけど。
The killer. Is it really one of us? Who is it? Among us, who's the one who killed Byakuya?
いい加減名乗り出たらどうだ。臆病
That's
者
not
め
gonna
が。
work.
ここで名乗り出るくらいなら最初から人なんて殺してないって。
But I still can't believe I still want to keep my eyes on Hiyoko. Anyway, she just, like, her personality just makes her incredibly suspicious. Someone in this room killed Byakuya. There's no way I can believe that yet.
すみません。私からも少々よろしいでしょうか。
どうしたん
Yes,
ですか、
someone.
ソニアさん。
話題が戻って恐縮なのですが、先ほどの暗視スコープの件で気になることがあるのです。
What's
暗
wrong
視
with
スコー
them?
プを使ってたのが戸上さんなら、犯人はあの暗闇をどのように攻略したのですか？
そっか。
The glow paint.
暗視スコープなしじゃ何も見えないよね。
They used glow paint on their on the knife and the tape that was holding the knife. They put glow paint on the tape that they used to hide the knife. So they can't see in the dark, but they can see the glow paint. We're gonna tell them about that at some point.
でもそれだとテーブルの裏のナイフは取れないし、戸上くんがそれを目撃することもできないよ。
目印を使うにしたって、あの暗闇ではその目印すら見えんからの。
Not if it's glow paint. The killer definitely used the mark, and because of this mark, the killer was able to get the knife from under the table. The glowing paint.
そうか。夜光塗料を目印にしたらどうだ？それなら暗闇の中でもナイフを取ることができるぞ。実際テーブルの下に落ちてたナイフにも、テーブルの裏に貼ってあったガムテープにも夜光塗料が塗られてたよな。
それって犯人があらかじめ塗ってたんですか？
Like, where did they get the paint
で
from?
も夜光塗料を塗っておくなんて停電になるのが分かってたみたいじゃない？
No, it's as if they planned for the blackout to happen.
実際分かってたんだよ。だからこそ夜光塗料を目印に使ったんだろうね。
One second.
ことは停電を仕掛けたやつが犯人だね。
だったら決まりだな。犯人はブレーカーのあった事務室にいたやつ。
Why?
つまりおめえだ、ペコ山ペコ。
No, what do you mean? Like, what do you mean? It has to be the person that was in the office with the breaker.
私は犯人ではない。
犯人じゃねえってさ。
みんな簡単に信じてどうすんだよ。
でも事務室のブレーカーには横山さんでは背が届かないと思うんですけど。
Well, somebody must have used some sort of ladder.
そんな小さな問題はどうでもいいんだよ。ペコ山がブレーカーを落として停電にしたんだって。
You know what, Kaz? The only person here with any kind of mechanical skills is you. Hey, you're the only one here with any kind of construction-based or contractor-based skills. So if anybody knows how to operate a breaker, it would be you. We gotta think about that too. By tripping the breaker directly from the office, Pekka was the one who caused the blackout. Is that really what happened? No. And after this debate, blue-colored weak spots will start appearing. If we call the weak spots you've seen up until now argue spots, the blue-colored weak spots will be called agree spots. When shooting agree spots with truth bullets, you need to flip your way of thinking. Instead of arguing that the other person's testimony contains lies or mistakes, please fire the truth bullets that prove the other person's testimony is correct. This is another new mechanic. When your truth bullets merge with their weakness, it'll become a logically sound agreement. Isn't it a little hot in here? From now on, you must infer whether it's best to argue or agree based on what's being debated. If you press the option button, okay. Alright, so now use the truth bullets to either agree with them or or counter them. Teru's account, Nakamoto's account, and Chiaki's account.
事務室にいたペコ山ならいつでも休館を停電にできたはずだ。
それは無理なんだ。
なんで無理なの？
私は事務室にいなかったんだ。停電前からずっとな。
見張りはどうしたんじゃ。
すまない。
事務室にいなかったとかさ、明らかに苦し紛れの言い訳だよね。
Just from listening to Peko's testimony, it's not weird to doubt her. But I feel like I spoke to someone during the investigation who totally backs up her testimony. That she was not in the office even... I think it's Chiaki's.
事務室にいたペコ山ならいつでも休館を停電にできたはずだ。
Account.
それは無理なんだ。
なんで無理なの？
私は事務室にいなかったんだ。
It's probably Chiaki's account.
しまった。事務室にいたペ
It's
コ山
not
なら
hers.
いつでも休館を停電にできたはずだ。
It's one of their
それ
accounts.
は無理なんだ。
Or
なんで無理なの
maybe we'll try Teru's next.
私は事務室にいなかったんだ。停電前からずっとね。
Okay, no, it's not his either. So next we're trying Nakamoto's.
事務室にいたペコ山ならいつでも休館を停電にできた。
それは無理なんだ。
なんで無理なの？
私は事務室にいなかったんだ。停電前からずっとね。
Yes, it was Nakamoto's account.
俺は賛成だ。ペコ山の言葉を信じていいと思うぞ。
ははー、さてはペコ山に惚れたな。
Oh my gosh, stop.
そういうことじゃなくて、2台の証言がアリバイになるんだよ。
Been trying to use it many times, but the door just won't open at all.
確かにあのトイレはパーティー開始直後からずっと何者かに占拠されておったの。ようやく解放されたのは戸上の死体が発見された後だったかな。
But who was in the bathroom?
その時トイレに入ってたのって。
だってペコ山以外のみんなはパーティー開始後もちゃんと大広間にいただろう。
そっか。あの時ずっとトイレにこもってたとなると、ペコ山お姉としか考えられないんだね。
But if Penko was the one who was in the bathroom, that makes it seem like she's the killer.
ずっと便所にこもってたのが、そんなら最初から言えっつうの。
言えるわけないじゃん。あんたってデリカシーってもんがないの？
あれだけ長いということは間違いなくそうじゃな。言えんわな。そらクソしておったとは言えんわな。
ねえ、デリカシーって習わなかった？男だらけの国にでも住んでたの？
すまん。
いいんだ。それよりこの話題はやめにしないか。
But what was going on that she even had to do
匂い
that?
はさほど強烈ではなかったぞ。お前さんのすぐ後に入ったわしが保証しよう。
Oh my gosh, enough already.
もういいだろう。
でもさ、ずいぶん長くトイレにいたんだね。お腹でも壊した？
事務室に入った直後に腹部の猛烈な痛みに襲われたんだ。そのせいでトイレから動けなくなってしまった。停電の時も同様だ。
And then what was going on with her digestive system?
用を足している時に暗くなるのってどんな気分？
Oh my
逆
god,
に興奮
please
する
just
とかはあ
stop.
る？
もうやめとけって。
けどよ、その腹痛ってのは偶然なのか？
ねえ、いきなり何？ろくに操作してないくせに口を挟まないでくれる？
間抜けなおめえらに任せらんねえから口を挟んでやってるんだろうが。
じゃれ合いはやめろ。それより偶然とはどういう意味だ。
だからよ、誰かが下剤を持ったとか考えらんねえのかってことだよ。
Do you think that somebody slipped laxatives in her?
下剤ですか？
そうやってその女を事務室から追っ払った隙に誰かがブレーカーを落としたんじゃねえのか？
No, well, that is a
な
possibility,
るほど
but
な。その手があったか。
the question is whether Pecco's stomach ache was a coincidence or if someone intentionally caused it. Depending on the answer, the outcome of this trial could change drastically. Ferris and Pillows party dishes, AC camera, night vision goggles.
なんか妙なもんは口にしなかったか？
特に口にした記憶はないが。
そういえばペコ山さんは事務室に料理を持って行かれましたよね。
Did she have time to eat it?
そこに下剤が入ってたんじゃねえか？
料理を作ったてるてるちゃんが怪しいっす。
僕はそんなことしないって。薬なんか入れたら味が台無しだもん。
Whether Pecco's stomach ache was a coincidence or if someone intentionally caused it, we need to clarify that first.
なんか妙なもんは口にしなかったか？
特に口にした記憶はないが。
そういえばペコ山さんは事務室に料理を持って行かれましたよね。
会場の料理を適当にな。
そこに下剤が入ってたんじゃねえか？
料理を作ったてるてるちゃんが怪しいっす。
僕はそんなことしないって。
No, what he says is not wrong. Yeah, well, I don't think it's what Tetter Tetter says that's wrong. Hang on. The party dishes has to be the right thing. Okay, yes. Okay, yeah, it's, yeah, what Teru Teru said is not what's wrong. It's the part about the
なんか
laxatives.
妙なもんは口にしなかったか？
特に口にした記憶はないが。
そういえばペコ山さんは事務室に料理を持って行かれました。
会場の料理を適当にな。
そこに下剤が入ってたんじゃねえか？
Thank you, got it.
それは違うぞ。いや、会場の料理に下剤が仕込んであったとは考えられない。だってあの料理を口にしたのはペコ山だけじゃない。終わりだってそうだったんだぞ。
She ate a lot of it, and so did Byakuya.
あそこに下剤が仕込んであったら、あかねちゃんだってお腹を壊してるはずだよね。
I don't know what could have caused Pecco's stomach issues.
だから料理は関係ないって言ってるじゃん。変な言いがかりはよしてよね。
騒がせてしまってすまない。
謝るのはクズ竜の方だよ。言いがかりつけてきたのはそいつなんだし。
なんだとこら！
喧嘩はおやめなさい。じゃあペコ山さんの腹痛は偶然ってことで停電の件に話を戻しましょうか。
I mean, yeah, like, 'cause even after all that happened, the stomach ache just randomly came back.
はいはい、クソビッチに言われなくたって分かってるって。クソビッチ？
As long as the murder happened during the blackout itself is what's actually important. So we need to make it clear how that blackout occurred. The timers. And irons in a storage room, storage room, tablecloth, tennis account.
石でも投げて当てたんすかね。
ラジコンでも使ったんじゃねえか。
きっとブレーカーに仕掛けがあったんです。
ブレーカーに限らずとも送電所や送電線に細工した可能性もあります。
単純に電気の使いすぎじゃないの？
どうせモノクマの仕業だろ。
ちなみに私はクソビッチじゃありません。
And how did the killer trip the circuit breaker? I already have I feel like it's the
誰が
irons.
どうやってブレーカーを落としたのか答えられなかったらデコピンね。
There were 3 irons plugged in that storage
当
room.
てたんすかね。
ラジコンでも使ったんじゃねえか。
No, not a
ブレ
remote.
ーカーに仕掛けがあったんです。
ブレーカーに限らずとも送電所や送電線に細工した可能性もあります。
しまった。
誰がどうやってブレーカーを落としたのか。
It's gotta be the irons that were in the storage room. I just need to figure out which statement is the correct statement to shoot at. It's probably the power surge statement. It is the power surge statement. Oops.
答えられなかったらデコ。
石でも投げた。
ラジコンでも使った。
きっとブレーカーに仕掛けがあった。
ブレーカーに限らずとも送電所や送電線に細工した可能性もあり。
単純に電気の使いすぎ。
Okay, here we go.
小泉の言う通り、あの停電は電気
There
の
were
使いすぎ
3
が原因だっ
irons
たんだ。
plugged in the storage room.
もちろん偶然じゃない。誰かがそれを意図的に引き起こしたんだ。
そのために使われたのが倉庫に仕掛けられた3台のアイロンってわけだね。
停電直後に狛枝が見つけた時、あのアイロンはまだ電源が入ったままだったんだよな。
Yeah, that's right. They were still on.
倉庫でアイロンを何台も使ってわざと電気を使いすぎの状態にしたんだね。
But there's also the account of the timers being set to
犯人
11:30.
はそうやってあの停電を。
Well, that was just to turn those off. That was just to turn the ACs off. No, here we go with this crap again.
なんだよ。
倉庫のアイロンが停電の引き金じゃと。そいつは聞き捨てならんぞ。
No, what do you mean inexcusable? It's gotta be AC timers.
倉庫のアイロンが停電の原因ならば、犯人はアイロンの電源を入れるためにわざわざ倉庫に行ったっちゅうことか。では停電が起きた時に大広間にいたも容疑者から外していいんじゃな。
In the dining hall weren't able to cause the blackout. Look, I can't even read.
停電の原因ならば犯人はアイロンの電源を入れるためにわざわざ倉庫に行ったっちゅうことか。では停電が起きた容疑者から外していいんじゃな。
いや、大広間にいた人間もまだ容疑が消えたわけじゃない。
大広間にいた者に停電を起こすことはできん。アイロンが犯人は停電直前に倉庫に行って。
I cut the wrong thing. Hang on.
倉庫のアイロンが停電の犯人はアイロンの電源を入れるためにわざわざ倉庫に行ったっちゅうことか。では停電が起きた時に容疑者から外していいんじゃな。
Okay, I gotta make sure I don't shoot cut the part that I need to shoot at.
大広間にいた者に停電を起こすことはアイロンが停電の引き金ならば。
Okay, there we go. I have to cut it too.
アイロンは停電の原因にはなったけど、
I couldn't even read those
直接的な引
words.
き金になったわけじゃない。直接の引き金になったのは大広間と事務室のエアコンの電源が入ったことなんだ。
Oh, that's okay. So no, that timer was for to turn them on, not off. So that makes more sense for why it was a power surge. That timer was set so that they could both turn on, not off. So now a combination of those being turned on and the iron still being left on, plus the lamp that was also plugged in.
あの2台のエアコンのタイマーはどっちも11時30分に設定されてたんだ。
11時30分って豚足ちゃんが落ちんだ時間もそれくらいだよ。
そうか。エアコンがタイマーでオンになった瞬間にブレーカーが落ちて停電が起きたと。なるほど、納得したぜよ。
ぜよ。
きっとあらかじめ休館の電力量を調べておいてアイロンでギリギリの電気消費量にしておいたんだよ。
Again, a really well thought
その
out.
上でエアコンのタイマーを設定しておけば、あとはエアコンが動き出すのを待てばいいだけ。
それならペコ山さんが事務室にいたままでも停電にすることが可能だったぜよ。
ソニアさんが釣られた？
もしかするとその電力量に関してはモノクマあたり
Well,
に
yeah,
聞い
okay,
てた
maybe,
のか
yeah.
もね。
ドキ当たりなんですか？憎いやつです。万死に値します。万死だって？そんなに死んだら本当に死んだおじゃないか。
うるさいよ、あんたらは黙ってて。私が事務室にいても停電は防げなかっただろうが、それでも悔やまれるな。事務室にいればすぐにブレーカーを入れられた。そうすれば事件は起きなかったかもしれない。
Yeah, well, we're not blaming you whatsoever for this.
事務室のブレーカーは僕らの手の届かない高さに設置されてたし、真っ暗の中でそれをすぐに戻すなんてどっちにしろ無理だったはずだよ。
Unless Penko, you somehow could have been able to reach it, if that's what
気
you're
にすることは
insinuating.
ねえらしいぞ。
それにしてもずる賢い犯人だね。ちゃんと見つかるのか心配になってきたよ。
大丈夫、心配なんていらないよ。だって所詮はたかが人殺しだよ。希望の象徴と呼ばれるみんなの敵じゃないって。
Huh?
こんなところでみんなが負けるわけないんだ。この程度の事件なんてただの踏み台だもん。だから最後には希望が勝つ。僕はそう確信してるんだ。
What is he monologuing about? Nagito.
お前どうしたんだ？
Yeah, hold on, wait a minute. No, you're not supposed to be positive. You're supposed to be the opposite. I mean, you're supposed to be the pessimist. And now all of a sudden he's speaking and completely positive.
何が？
だってお前はずっと言ってたよな。俺たちの中に犯人なんているはずないって。
そうだっけ？ま、そんなことより事件について話し合おうよ。とりあえず
No, we're not
停電
putting
の仕
anything
掛けは
aside.
なかったわけだけど、問題はそれを誰がやったかだよね。エア
Are
コン
we
のタイ
seriously
マ
gonna
ーを
put
隠
it
れ
to
て
the
設
side?
定するのは誰にでもできるし、アイロンを倉庫に持ち込むのも戸上くんが休館に来る前にやっておけばいいだけ。困ったね。僕らの誰にでも可能みたいだよ。
何が言いてえんだ。
結局何も分かってないのと一緒ってことでしょ。
こんなに議論を重ねたのにですか？
残念だけど事実だよ。今まで散々話し合ってきたにもかかわらず、犯人に繋がりそうな手がかりは何一つ見つかっていない。
I mean, yeah, like other than what you just did, nothing has really been done to draw us to anybody
それも
specifically.
当然かもしれないね。だって僕らの中に犯人なんているわけないもん。
お前また言ってることが変わってないか？
そりゃそうとさ、今後のことについて僕からみんなに提案があるんだ。ねえ、みんなはこんな風に考えたことはない？一 人を疑って生き延びるより人を信じて殺される方がマシってさ。
それって諦めてしまうってことっすか？お前だ、お前やっぱりどうかしてるぞ。
僕をどうかしてると思うのはみんなの方こそどうかしてるからだよ。こんな風に仲間内で糾弾し合うような真似正気の沙汰とは思えないって。
Oh well, unfortunately that's the situation you're in right now.
犯人なんて見つけなくたっていいじゃん。
Hey, you're trying to sway us away from actually picking somebody. That's very suspicious.
嫌なんだ。仲間同士でこんなことしたくないよ。
そんなの
And none of us want to. You think any of us want to do this?
私も嫌ですよ。もうお家に返してください。お家に帰って甘いお菓子が食べたいよ。
やめてよ、みんながそんなだと。
みんな落ち着けって。
僕らは仲間じゃないか。仲間同士で殺人なんて起きるわけないんだって。
だったら戸上はどうして死んだんだ。
そんなことどうだっていいよ。
No, who cares? Like, what do you mean, who cares?
どうせ犯人に繋がる手がかりなんて一つもないんだし。
There are no. You keep saying there are no clues that lead to the killer. But after everything that's being said, I have some questions. Like I have some theories. Oh, why did it take you so long to clean up everything in the dining hall? I understand it's an old building. Oh, why did you feel the need to roll carpets on the floorboards? And nobody else was aware that there was anything wrong with the floorboards until the situation happened. Now, why were you so intent on looking into Byakuya's cottage to find clues about the murder? Like, no, what would his own bedroom have to do with it? Like, but at this point, with the way he's behaving, like, Nagito could have potentially been the one to write that note and commit the murder. There you go, that's wrong. There's no, you think? There's no way that not a single piece of evidence is pointing to anybody yet. Yeah, exactly. There has to be something that was said.
おめえには犯人が分かってんのか？
犯人なのかな。でも怪しい人の手がかりならあると思うよ。
And who is that person?
へえ。だったら試しに言ってみてもらえる？その手。
まずは犯人があの停電の中でどうやってナイフを手にしたのか考えてみようか。
その話ならさっきしたよね。夜光塗料を目印に使ったんでしょ？
そうじゃなくってその前の話だよ。
Before? Is she asking how the killer got close to that table? I need to wipe my glasses off. Hang on. Alright. Yeah, she's asking how the killer got too close to that table. Even if they had to obtain the knife by relying on the glow from the paint, in order to do that, they needed to get close to that table while it was still dark.
ちょっと状況を確認してみよう。
Let's try examining the
小泉が
situation.
書いたあの図が役に立つかもしれないな。
停電前のみんなの立ち位置をまとめたやつだよね。これだけど。
Is it actually possible that somebody who was in the dining hall during the blackout is the killer? I mean, that would not that wouldn't make any sense. I mean, that would make perfect sense. It's just that my speculation was that anybody who wasn't in the dining hall is the killer. But now, after everything we just talked about, and now it seems like somebody who was in that building could be the killer, because all of this was well planned. Like, the blackout was entirely planned in advance. They set the timers on the air conditioners to a specific time. They hooked up three irons and had them on. And then the minute the air conditioners finally kicked on, that's when the power outage happened. So this was planned. They didn't have to shut the breaker off. Plugging in all those irons and setting the timers on those air conditioners to kick on at the same time, that's what caused the power outage. And just as I thought, this diagram is a clue. Who the killer is and how they were able to move to the table in the dark. Let's look at this. The table's on the top right. Oh my goodness. Are you kidding me, Nagito? He was standing right there. He was standing directly at that table. Now, this is what I'm talking about. I need to do a better job of seeing these things. He was standing right at that table at the time the blackout happened. And now as he's talking, he's contradicting his own statements. He's being both positive and pessimistic at the same time. I think we got him. That's clearly shown in this diagram. No, first we need to discuss how the killer was able to move to that table in the dark. The killer probably used something to help them move in the dark. Select the suspicious spot. He's right, then there's no way the killer can move. This stuff. The duct tape was stuck under the table, right? But you're saying the killer used it to move. Well, the only other thing could be the knife. None of that stuff is the right answer. Let's try the lamp.
犯人は暗闇の中をあのテーブルまで移動するのに卓上ランプを使ったはずだ。
How?
卓上ランプをまさか明かりに使ったとか言わないよね。
休館は停電中だったのだ。卓上ランプなど使えるはずあるまい。
Of course, there's no way they used the desk lamp's light. The killer actually used the power cord. They followed the power cord. They followed the path of the power cord. And Nagito was standing right there. Oh, why did Nagito say ow? Like, I asked that earlier. Oh, why did he say ow during that entire situation? Oh, what happened? Yeah, I don't know yet, but I think we're gonna find out.
電源コードを手繰りながら移動すれば卓上ランプのあるテーブルまでたどり着けるだろ。そうやって目的のテーブルまで移動した後は夜光塗料を目印にナイフを取ればいいだけだ。
しかもそれが可能だった人って私たちの中に
Exactly.
しかいないんだよ
There
ね。
is only one person.
それって誰のこと？
The only person here who could have possibly done that is you, Nagito.
お前しかいない。
Hey, you were standing right there.
お前なんじゃないのか？
僕が？
停電直前のみんなの立ち位置を見ると卓上ランプの電源コード上にいたのはお前だけなんだ。
And now, unless the killer is trying to trick you again,
電源コードを手繰って移動できた者はお前ら以外におらんということか。
そんなのただの偶然だよ。
that's your excuse?
でもさ、
Just a
小前田
coincidence?
君にはチャンスがあったよね。テーブルにナイフを仕掛けるチャンス。
And I'll tell you exactly when he used that chance. Oh, when he was cleaning the dining hall. Oh, when he was cleaning the dining hall, that's when he used that time to hide the knife.
つがさ、
Yup. Oh, when he was cleaning the dining hall, that's when he used that time. Exactly.
お前だ。お前は朝からずっとあの大広間の掃除をしてたんだったよな。それならナイフを仕掛けるチャンスはいくらでもあったは
Hey,
ず
you
だ。
had ample time. Not even just a chance. You had ample time.
それは
電源コードの件といい、掃除当番の件といい、お前だけにそれが可能だったなんておかしいぞ。
And when I say ample time, hey, you did not only have time to clean the entire dining hall and hide the knife, you had time to set the timers on the air conditioners. You had time to plug in those 3 irons.
だから偶然なんだって。
No, that's not all
一回だけならま
coincidence.
だしも、そんな偶然が2回も重なるなんて。
Yeah, exactly. It's not just one coincidence, it's one after the other.
どうなんだろう。そんなことが起こる可能性ってあるのかな。
ひょっとしてあんたはナイフを仕掛けるためにわざと掃除当番になったんじゃないの？
Yes, and you assigned yourself the cleaning role. And no one gave you that role.
掃除当番を決める時のくじ引きはお前らが用意したもんだったの。
I mean, you were the one who prepared the drawing to pick who would do the cleaning. And somehow you were the one who ended up picked. For the drawing because I assumed something like this would happen. The trouble of preparing this, just what do you think would happen? Whoever draws the chopstick with the red mark on it will be in charge of the cleaning, okay? Like, this was a stupid method. Because clearly, you were gonna ensure that you were the one who got that
ただの
role.
くじ引きじゃなくて何か仕込んでたんでしょ。そうやってわざと掃除当番になったんでしょ。
犯人かどうかはわからないけど、少なくとも怪しいというには十分な根拠だよね。
だとするとさっきの妙な演説もお前さんの作戦というわけか。
俺らのやる気を削いで自分がやったことをごまかそうとしたんだな。
どうなのよ。はっきり言いなさいよ。
Unless we are being completely tricked. Nagito, you gotta come clean, man.
お前だ。
Or we'll just vote.
反論があるなら言ってくれ。 正直言うと俺だって信じたくないんだ。一緒に捜査したお前が
Exactly.
あんなに優しいお前が戸上を殺した犯人だなんて。お前だ、どうなんだよ。
超高校級の才能を持つみんなが力を合わせて仲間の死という絶望に立ち向かう、はあ、なんて素晴らしくて美しいんだろうね。
What on earth is with those eyes? And at that moment, Nagito's eyes, the darkness in his eyes shone brightly as if layers upon layers of darkness were folding into each other. As if hope and despair had been crudely mixed together.
結論から言うと大正解。そう、全て僕の仕業だったんだよ。パーティーが始まる前にナイフをテーブルに仕掛けたのは僕なんだ。電源コードを使って暗闇の中をテーブルまで移動したのも僕なんだ。もちろん
I'm telling you, we got
停
him.
電を仕掛けたのも僕だよ。だってみんなが見ている中で堂々とナイフを取り出すわけにはいかないもんね。
なんかギャラが崩壊しちゃってないっすか？
だけどまさか戸上くんが暗視スコープまで持ってたとは思う。おかげでテーブルの下でもみ合いになって、その結果があれだよ。でもそんな予想外のことが起きたからこそこんなに面白い謎に仕上がったとも言えるよね。戸上くんのファインプレーだね。
いい加減にしろって。マジでどうしちまったんだよ。
まさかそれがあんたの本性なの？ずっと私たちを騙してたの？
騙すなんてとんでもない。僕なんかがみんなを騙せるわけないじゃん。
You were doing it the whole time.
自分が大したことない人間だってことぐらいは僕自身が誰よりも理解してるつもりだよ。夢や希望を持つのもおこがましいほど、努力をするのもずうずうしいほど、僕は決定的に最低で最悪で愚かで劣悪で何をやってもダメな人間なんだ。
やばい、この人って絶対に子供の頃に近所の動物とか殺してたタイプだ。
Okay, I don't know about all that, but
13日の金曜日で目をランランと輝かせるタイプ。私と同じです。
what? Just like you? What do you mean, just like you?
意外な趣味をお持ちってそれどころじゃないっすよね。
Yeah, exactly. This guy is he the real Nagito?
のう、お前だよ。全てお前さんの仕業ということは、あの脅迫文もそうなのか？
Of course he did.
もちろんだよ。
Like I'm telling you, it was all coming together for me. And the more they revealed,
汚い詩を書くのなんて僕以外にはいないでしょ。
the more things started to slip out.
でもさ、どうして犯行予告なんか送ったの？
きっと僕は心のどこかで自分の強行を止めてくれる人を探してたのかも。まあそんな理由でもあれば少しはみんなも同情してくれたんだろうね。
Really?
おちょくってんの
Feel
か
sorry
よ。
for you?
多分駒枝くんは戸上くんを脅迫することで彼の行動を誘導してたんだよ。
How about that old-looking building near the hotel? If it's just cleaning, leave it to me. I'm actually pretty good at it.
そうやって戸上くんをはじめとしたみんなを今回の殺人が起こる舞台に誘導していた。違う？
そういえば私の見張りの時もそうだ。事務室での見張りを提案したのは駒枝だったな。
story room packed with lots of stuff it's hard to see in there, and full of cobwebs. He didn't want us to see that he had plugged up all those irons. And he didn't want us to see the bloody tablecloth. These are all things that I really... Like, I'm not an ace detective, so it's not like I gotta stop saying that I should learn to see these better, but seriously, I look back like I wish I could have seen all the hints. Basically, in the dining hall that I didn't even have time to clean the storage room. Staying in there for a long time, I think it would be bad for your health.
そっか。ペコ山お姉が倉庫で見張ってたら、アイロンの仕掛けが使えなくなっちゃうもんね。
脅迫状の件もあれらの提案も全ては私たちを誘導するための罠だったということか。
うん、全て正解だよ。ただ一点だけを除いてね。
何を除くんですか？
ほら、掃除当番を決めたくじ引きだよ。僕はあそこには何も仕掛けてないんだ。
だったらどうしてあんなに都合よく掃除当番を引き当てられたのよ。
そうか、そりゃ覚えてないよね。たかが僕ごときの才能なんてさ。
Nagito's talent was also a lucky student.
超高校級の幸運。じゃあまさかお前は。
そう、僕は自分の運を信じただけなんだ。僕ならきっと掃除当番になれるはずだってね。
ただの運任せってこと？
ただの運じゃないよ。確かにゴミみたいな才能だけど、僕は超高校級の幸運なんだよ。
I'm left with the red mark. For someone called the ultimate lucky student, you don't seem very lucky right now. No, he definitely felt lucky. Exactly. No, he felt very lucky when he got picked.
僕はついてたんだ。だからこそ望み通りに掃除当番になれたんだよ。
もういい。そんなことはもうどうでもいい。それより答えろ。どうしてお前は戸上を殺したんだ？
戸上君はとても優秀で立派なリーダーだったね。そんな彼が殺されるなんて、だからこそ希望の象徴と呼ばれる君らがより輝くための踏み台にふさわしい。
The villains always gotta have this twisted reason for doing stuff.
わけのわからんことを言うな。
もういい。さっさと投票を始めろや。その変態をぶっ殺してやる。
プリーズモノクロちゃん、ちょっと待ってください。
What?
ああ、なんだよ。
なんて言いますか、本当に駒田さんが犯人なんですかね。
No, here we go.
何を言ってるのかな。彼はもう自白までしちゃってるんだよ。
Like, I knew it, man. Like the same thing happened in the first game, where that one trial where everybody was trying to say that they were the killer, and then all of a sudden.
少し気になることがあって。少しなら黙ってろ。その肝面見てるとストレス溜まってゲロ吐きそうになるんだよ。すみません。
とりあえず聞くだけでも聞いてみませんか？
でも犯人なんてもう決まってるのに。
聞くだけなら構わんだろう。だがやるからには遊びでは終わらせんぞ。さあ、血塗られたショーの開幕だ。
Lines of white noise will appear to disrupt your reactions. Truth bullets will disappear if they touch those lines. So think of them as obstacles in your debate. So the rights they will get interrupted. Okay, yes, we remember all this from the first game. Not going to fall into any despair. Even though it's meaningless, allow me to say one more thing. You won't be able to shoot down the white noise. So, press the options button. Okay. Alright, we continue on. Never mind. What?
だったら投票タイムとしゃれ込むか。
Why does Mikan think it's strange? She must know something that contradicts the crime scene.
私が気になってるのはですね、
犯人なんて小前田君で決まりだって。
ですね、
あいつはすでに自白もしている。
お前だの野郎が戸上のやつを隠
Let
し
me
ておい
see
た
if
ナイ
this
フ
is
で
what it
刺
is.
したんだ。
Okay, I completely missed.
だったら投票タイムとしゃれ込むか。
I completely missed, but I think that that's what I need to shoot, and I think Mikan's autopsy report is what needs to be used.
あいつはすでに自白。
Come on, hurry up.
お前だの野郎が戸上のやつを隠しておいたナイフで。
I'm correct. It's Mikan's autopsy report and the knife. Is there something wrong with that?
スミキはそのことを気にしてるんだろ。
何言ってんだ。ナイフが凶器に決まってんじゃねえか。
でも戸上さんの体の傷からして凶器は直径5ミリくらいの細さのはずなんです。
She was saying that the whole time. That's why I questioned: is the knife that thin? Is the knife that was used really that thin? But we still haven't talked about her incident where she fell. Like I was still waiting to see if that was ever gonna come back up as being important. So yeah, we gotta listen to that. Based on the entry wounds on Jacka's body, the actual weapon should be roughly 5 millimeters in diameter.
なんてナイフよりガリガリに細いじゃないですか。
Oh, which means it was probably a skewer.
そいつは
One of the skewers.
間違ってたら海外に売っ払っちまうぞ。
ちょっと脅してどうすんのよ。
つまり積み木さんはこう言いたいんだね。
No, but, didn't he say that a skewer was missing?
凶器がナイフと言い切れない以上、僕を犯人だとは断定できないんじゃないかって。
何言ってんのよ。あんた以外に誰が犯人だって言うのよ。
僕が言ってるわけじゃないよ。積み木さんはそう言ってるんだよ。
ごめんなさい。ねえ小前田くん、もしかしてまだ何か隠してるんじゃないの？
隠してる？
あの停電の時、戸上くんと小前田くんの間にはまだ私たちの知らない何かがあったとか。
Like, I heard an ouch.
そうね。
And he was the one who said ouch. Like, what happened?
ここに及んで何を隠す？
都合悪くなった途端にだんまりとかむしゃくしゃするな。
あの停電の中で何があったのか。
Yeah, Ibuki, you gotta go ahead and let us know because you recall what you said.
みんなが二重になって見えるよ。
The heck? Come on.
誰の命がかかってんだ？
おめえはいつになったらルールを把握すんだ。
暗闇の中を見ることは誰にもできない。いくら考えても真相は闇の中。僕なんかにしてはなかなかうまい例えを使えたんじゃないかな。
いや違うぞ。
違う？何が違うの？
The truth is beyond our sight. That can't be it. There should be some way to find out what happened in the dark. gaps in the floorboards. Embarrassing pose. Ibuki's account because she knew what everybody had said.
暗闇の中で何が起きたのか見ることはできなくても聞くことならできたはずだ。そうだよな、ミオだ。
そうなんすか？
Don't act surprised. You heard what everybody
お前
said.
が教えてくれたんだろ。あの停電の中で誰がどんな声を上げたのかをさ。
みんな落ち着いて。こういう時は落ち着かないと。
足踏まないでよ。
おい、お前何をしている？
I don't know who stepped on her foot, but that could have been anybody.
やめろ。
Those were his last words. And then Nagito says, ow. That means Byakuya must have hit him or something to stop him from doing what he was trying to do.
飯が食いづれじゃねえか。
みんなどこにいるの？停電って厨房だけじゃないの？
これってブレーカーが落ちたんじゃないですか？
ちょっと待ってろ。俺が壁伝いに何とかしてくっから。
さすが超高校級の軽音部さんだよね。そこまで聞き分けられてたなんてすごいよ。
顔や頭やスタイルや性格育ちはともかく耳だけはいいんだね。
I can't stand her.
正論のナイフでめった刺しっすね。
だがそこでの戸上と狛枝の言葉を聞く限りでは
Exactly.
おい、お前何をしている？やめろ。
まるで狛枝が戸上の反撃に遭っているようにも聞こえるが
Yeah, for Nagito to say ow, that means Byakuya did something
実
to
際
him.
そうだからね。
Huh?
ミオダさんの才能に敬意を表してちょっとだけ白状しちゃおうかな。実は僕は戸上くんに突き飛ばされちゃったんだよ。あのテーブルの下でね。
戸上くんに突き飛ばされた。
停電と同時に僕はすぐに隠したナイフを取ろうとテーブルの下に潜り込んだんだけど、そこで暗視スコープをつけた戸上くんに見つかってテーブルの外に突き飛ばされちゃったんだ。そう、僕はナイフを手にすることすらできなかった最低なヘタレだったんだよ。
So the knife was not used. So Byakuya stopped him when he was trying to get the knife. And he got shoved out from under the table before he could even grab it. It sounds plausible, I mean, just from listening to what they both said at the time.
おい、お前何をしている？やめろ。
I could interpret it like that. No, actually, now that I think about it, that sounds like exactly what happened.
テーブルの外に突き飛ばされてからはみんなと一緒でただ混乱するばかりだったよ。目印の夜光塗料も見失って電源コードもどこにあるのかわからないし、そうこうしてるうちに明かりがついたらテーブルの下から戸上くんの死体が発見されて。
Hold on, what?
じゃああんたは自分が犯人じゃないとか言うつもり？
あのパーティーの開催から始まってナイフを仕掛けたのも停電を仕込んだのも確かに全て僕の計画によるものだったけど、でも残念ながら僕の計画は失敗に終わったんだ。暗視スコープをつけた戸上くんの
So once again,
ね。
we have somebody lying about being the killer.
その後のことは僕にもわからないよ。
失敗だと？じゃあてめえは戸上を殺せなかったってのか？
今度こそ振り出しに戻っちゃうじゃん。
振り出しだと？ここまで散々話し合ってきたのにか？
無意味。これほど絶望的な言葉もないよね。でも諦めちゃダメだよ。希望を持って前を向いて頑張らないと。そうやって何度でも立ち上がるからこそ君たちは希望の象徴なんだからさ。
Oh my gosh, alright, anyway. Is Nagito really not the killer? Is this guy really the Nagito I knew before? There's no way I can say that. I just thought I knew him. But this whole time I didn't know anything about this guy. I didn't know this true character. It's as simple as that. But now's not the time for me to dwell on that. We need to find Byakuya's killer by any means possible. And we will do that in the next stream of this game. Now starting next week, all of next week's streams, Wednesday through Saturday, are the HoloFest watch-alongs. After I was finally able to buy the ticket, it took a minute. Hang on, my voice is going. Hang on, I'm gonna get some water. But for the sake of time, unfortunately, I'll be ending it right there. And picking up on it tomorrow. We will continue with the class trial. Like, I had a feeling from when I was watching the guide videos that this was not the end. Because, the part 1, the guide video is 54 minutes, then part 2's video is over an hour. So, yeah, so I'm gonna be on the next video starting for tomorrow's stream. So that video's over an hour long, so we're still that lets me know that we're still not close to done this trial yet. But we're at least halfway through. But yes, thank you all for watching, and I will see you all tomorrow for the continuation of this class trial. Have a good night, everybody.